what's going on? It's Green Thumb. Back in the greenhouse again today. You can see the plastic sheeting on the walls here. Keeps the humidity in and keeps the heat in because I'm in my basement, right? So we want this place to be warm. We want these plants to be comfortable, especially when, if you notice me doing this, I'm pushing flies away. So I mean, I'm in Ontario. February is the coldest month of the winter. Seeing as how I'm in a basement, it's probably going to get a little chilly down here. So with the light that's going to heat this place up, it's going to keep this place nice and warm. The plastic sheeting will keep it warm. Today we are doing a couple of things. We transplanted some dill. You guys see the color on that? Look at the purple. Okay, see the purple here? I think what's happened is, show you, see? Here's some more. See the purple? There, now you can see it way better. Okay? I think what's happened is because these were growing in these little grow cells, right? Because we were growing them in these grow cells. I think what happened is I got a little too overzealous with the fertilizer. So, and I'll show you why. I transplanted this dill a week or so ago, and look at the color. Right now it's in a little pot, and this one had purple on it as well. And now that it's in a larger pot, it's able to spread its legs and it's taken off. So yeah, there's a lot of dill in here, I know. But I'm gonna trim it out and thin it out so it's a little more manageable. But you notice the difference in color? Purple, healthy, vibrant green. Purple, green, purple, green. So I've transplanted 4 of these little dill plants. I haven't watered them in yet. We're going to do that after. And I'm also in the process of transplanting Swiss chard. It's rhubarb Swiss chard. So it's like a vibrant red color. It's gorgeous. So I'll show you what I'm working on here. And if you see this on my hand, I've got a 3-inch laceration right across the palm of my hand. I've got a great big bandage on it, so I'm trying to make sure I keep all the muck out of it. So we put the Swiss chard in these, I don't know, I think they're 1 gallons. Okay, look at the color of that. How beautiful is that? And this stuff is so good. And you know, I was surprised. I grew a bunch this summertime, and I was planning on feeding it to my kids. And I never harvested any out of the garden until essentially the fall when I was tearing the garden down. And that's when my kids are like, can we eat this all the time? And of course, by that point, the season was over. So you live and learn. All right. And, you know, I've always talked before about how the strongest survive, right? You don't want to grow multiple plants in the same pot, and these plants are going to get big. But when I put the seeds in the little cells, I put a couple in each because I wasn't sure how many were going to survive. And in the past, the Swiss chard that I've started that way doesn't really like those grow cells, so I've just kind of let them go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant these out, and I'm going to water them in. I'm going to give them, you know, a week or 2 to get through their transplant shock. And then whatever plant in each pot shows me that it's the happiest with the healthiest growth on it, I'll keep that, and I'll just cut the other 2 away. Maybe by that point, they'll be maybe big enough that I can, you know, stir fry them up as a side or something. So that's the first one. Already done. So I've been kind of holding off on transplanting these until I was sure that they had a nice enough root mass inside the cells And I'm glad I did, because when I moved these today, there was just enough roots to hold that soil block mostly together. So, see, like, look at this one's nice. Pick those off, don't need those. So this one's growing. So this is, out of this one, this is probably the one I'm going to keep here. So there's two. Swiss chard. So they're a little flimsy. Some plants, when you're transplanting them, you know, you can grab them by the stalk and manipulate them a little more. Some plants, not so much. And these plants are in the not so much category. And also, these are only growing in Pro Mix moisture mix. There's really nothing else in here. I just see the tote here. I literally just cut the whole bag of Pro Mix open a minute ago. It's moist, and I just filled up these pots with Pro Mix. There was a little bit of soil left in the bottom with some alfalfa and stuff in it, but I'm going to grow these right in the Pro Mix moisture mix. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fertilize the soil by top dressing it with fertilizer as needed to keep these ones going. So there's that one. I'm not packing it down too hard. I just want it sort of low enough. See, when you get your bags of Pro Mix and peat, okay, you gotta break it up. Sometimes it comes in clumps, and you don't want those clumps in your soil. So I generally go through the bag pretty well and break up all the soil, but sometimes a little gets past you, right? So yeah, anyways, I filled these up as close as I could to the top with just enough so that I can water them in. And also with these, I don't want the top of the plant to get any of the soil on it. Some plants like tomatoes and stuff, right, you can bury a little deeper in the ground. Some plants you can't, and Swiss chard is one of those you don't want to bury lower in the ground. So soil plug right at soil level, pack it down. See, I don't even know how many's in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, there's 5 in this one. So we'll see how many of that survive, and then the nicest, healthiest one out of that will end up living. And then the nice thing about Swiss chard is you don't harvest the whole plant, right? You just take the outer leaves off, and it'll just keep producing leaves out of the center. So you can just harvest and eat, and harvest and eat, and harvest and eat. So there we go. We got our Swiss chard. Got to water these in. We have our little dill plants with some of the purple leaves. We got to water that in. So for you guys who have been following the channel, it was only a couple of days ago that I transplanted those zucchini. Remember? Okay? Check this out. Oh. Look how big they are. These things grow like gangbusters. And the tomatoes I transplanted the other day, remember I buried them halfway up their stem? I only did that a couple days ago. Today's Wednesday. I think I did that Sunday. They have more than doubled in size since I put those in soil. So, and then, so those were the Tommy Toes. And these ones here are the Brandywines. And they're coming along too. I got to get them back onto the light. I just moved this stuff out of the way. And this is all fungus gnats, guys. I'm still dealing with the fungus gnats. Probably because I have so much soil in here with organic matter in it that they've just kind of taken root. But I'm going to order some. I'm going to order some of those mosquito dunks, and I have a whole bunch of these sticky traps, and I'm going to put a sticky trap in every single pot, and that should hopefully really keep the numbers down. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with my shop vac, and I'm just going to start banging the soil like that, and I'm just going to shop vac up any of the fungus gnats that fly out of the soil, and that'll help with the population too. So you guys want a tour? All right, we'll give you a quick tour. So here's the kale. Kale's growing nice. All right, look at that. Nice little healthy kale plants. This one is that's like the special needs bunch, or special needs kale out of the whole bunch. We've got our spinach growing, an extra zucchini. There's a little pepper. That's a little pepper. Dill. We've got one little pepper growing there and a little one beside it. And those are Brandywine tomatoes. I'm going to transplant those. There's the cilantro, the Swiss chard you just saw me plant. The oregano hasn't come up yet, and neither have the chives, but oregano can take a while, so I just keep it moist. There's the basil, 5 basil plants. The 2 zucchinis that are taken off, I need to get those staked before they start to flop over. And then those are the 4 Tommy Toe tomato plants. And all the tomatoes are going to go across this wall. And I'm going to get my trellis netting and that system set up probably tomorrow. So watch out for that video too. All right, guys. So things are really coming to life here. And I've got more seeds that I'm about to start. I'm going to do some radishes, replant all my lettuces. I got to restart cucumbers. I tried to germinate Boston pickling cucumbers. You can see all the seeds in there. None of them germinated. I don't know why. See? They're all just trashed. They all just rotted. All these ones down here, they all just turned to mush. I've never had that happen before, so I don't know why. I'm still trying to problem solve that. I think the seeds are garbage. So I'm ordering more. So that's why we don't have cucumbers. So I'm going to start more cucumber seeds. And we're going to keep going. So at this point in time, I have 4 large pots in here. And 1 behind that wall. So I have 5 more large pots that I can plant stuff in. And I'll probably put peppers and tomatoes and more cukes in those, and carry on. All right, guys, thanks for checking the video out, and you guys need to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because if you don't, you're going to miss all the crazy growth that we have going on in here. All right, hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, and have a wonderful day, guys. Like I say, grow good food. See ya.